Airlines lifts travel ban on 10 countries. DFA launches online appointment system for OFWs. Seafarers pay to increase in the next 2 years. Welcome to Marino World Weekend. I am Lynn Bacani. The Philippine government has lifted since September 6th the travel restrictions on 10 countries including India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, United Arab Emirates, Oman, Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia. International travelers coming from the said countries shall, however, comply with appropriate entry, testing, and quarantine protocols depending on the country's approved listing. The Interagency Task Force for the Management of Emerging Infectious Diseases, or IATF, adopts the green, yellow, and red classifications for countries, jurisdictions, and territories depending on their respective incidence rates, case counts, and testing data. So far, the IATF has only released its green list composed of 33 countries, jurisdictions, and territories. Green list areas are those with low COVID-19 risk, yellow list are tagged as moderate risk for COVID-19, and red list are those classified as high risk for COVID-19. In compliance with the IATF resolutions, the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, or OWA, has released a matrix of quarantine protocols for returning overseas Filipino workers. OFWs coming from non-restricted countries shall complete a 10-day facility-based quarantine and have to undergo RT-PCR test on the 7th day, while returning OFWs from green list areas shall complete the mandatory 7-day facility-based quarantine and have to undergo RT-PCR test on the 5th day. 45 ship operators nationwide have inked an agreement with the Maritime Industry Authority, or Marina, granting 10 to 100% discounts on fare for seafarers on board domestic passenger ships. The Marina Regional Office 5, or MRO 5, led the virtual signing ceremonies on September 7 to pay tribute to the Filipino seafarers in recognition of their valuable contributions to the Philippines and global economy. Marina Administrator Vice Admiral Robert Empedrad says a better way to show honor to our seafarers is also to come up with programs that will alleviate their sufferings when they are deployed in various ships all over the country and the world. Associated Marine Officers and Seamen's Union of the Philippines, or AMOSUP President Dr. Conrad Aka, expressed appreciation to the Marina and the domestic shipping operators for the initiative, which is a significant token of appreciation for the work of the seafarers performing essential services for the benefit of the Philippines and the global economy. Here's the list of the participating ship operators. Up next, DFA launches online appointment system for OFWs. Seafarers' wages to increase in the next 2 years.
What if I tell you that KSIM Connect has become a reality? It is the cloud-based ecosystem for maritime education and training, where Kongsberg provides simulation and services to all members. As an instructor, my main goal is to educate and train seafarers to acquire skills promoting safety, sustainability, and efficiency at sea. At KSIM Connect, I can efficiently manage my simulators, my exercises, and my students. In the exercise archive, I can store my library of exercises, and if I want, collaborate and share them with my colleagues or others in the global community. KSIM Connect enables me to give students access to cloud simulation, so they can train anytime and anywhere while learning at their own pace. In addition, I can explore the library of models and exercise areas, download or subscribe those that fit the learning objectives. And I can even order spare parts or a service visit if needed. Kongsberg has started to create the future of maritime education and training by creating the community where instructors can find news, explore and download available simulator models, distribute or share exercises that fit the curriculum. Imagine using Case and Connect to integrate our simulators in the same virtual exercise environment, enabling students to train and interact together. It doesn't matter whether you're in Singapore, Australia, or in the United States. As long as you're online, you are part of the knowledge-sharing community. Kongsberg is shaping the future of maritime education and training by creating the community. Let's continue building this community together for the benefit of ourselves and the entire maritime training industry. Join Case and Connect today.
The Department of Foreign Affairs, or DFA, has created an online appointment system, or OAS, dedicated for active overseas Filipino workers, including seafarers, to address the demand for passport appointment slots by OFWs amid the pandemic. In a recent Congress hearing, Foreign Affairs Secretary Teodoro Locsin Jr. said the department recognizes the passport is a necessity for seafarers. Therefore, they will be given priority on passport issuance and renewal.
To be put in Tier 1. That is very important for seafarers. They precisely have no identity without the passport. So that's the first priority I want. Not luxury. Necessity.
The FA's Office of Consular Affairs released a public advisory that the consular office in NCR Central, located at the first floor Lingkod Pinoy Center, Robinson's Galleria West Lane, EDSA, corner Ortigas Avenue, Quezon City, has launched passport appointments for all active OFWs through its online appointment system at www.passport.gov.ph. Passport applicants who are eligible to avail themselves of the facility and qualify as active OFWs must have proof of the following requirements. For seafarers, valid seaman's book with arrival stamped not more than 364 days from the date of application. For land-based OFWs, valid working visa or re-entry visa, and any of the following: valid Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWA e-card, latest OEC or Overseas Employment Certificate receipt, and latest OFW information sheet from POEA or Philippine Overseas Employment Administration. To book an appointment, visit www.passport.gov.ph, then choose Site, DFA NCR Central, Robinson's Galleria, Active OFW Lane. Passport applicants who do not qualify as active OFWs are advised to book an appointment at other sites to avoid inconvenience. Unqualified or incomplete applications will not be accommodated, and any fees paid will be forfeited. The Philippine Ports Authority, or PPA, has scored big in a recent nationwide satisfaction survey that highlighted the strength of its integrity, facilities, and personnel. Based on the result of the latest Port Users Annual Satisfaction Survey or PASS released by the Development Academy of the Philippines or DAP, the PPA secured the very satisfactory level in 3 of the biggest key indicators: facilities, integrity, and staff and organization. The survey was conducted by the DAP across the 25 port management offices of the PPA nationwide, involving 800 port users and passengers as respondents. The report showed that under the administration of President Rodrigo Duterte, the PPA scorecard had a steady uptrend, with the highest score posted in 2020 with a satisfaction rating of 85.96%. From 2016 to 2019, the PPA registered a satisfaction rating of 75%, 84%, 82%, and 82.38% respectively. These figures are an uptick from the PPA's annual satisfaction rating of only 63% under the previous administration. The report further revealed that overall, the PPA was able to deliver satisfactory services across all covered attributes, with facilities, integrity, and staff and organization earning the highest ratings. PPA General Manager Attorney J. Daniel Santiago says the survey results show that with the strong leadership of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade, coupled with the dedication and unified commitment of PPA personnel to attain excellence in public service, PPA can be one of the most transparent and trusted agencies of the government. Up next, seafarers' wages to increase in the next 2 years. Duterte appoints LAROYA as the new PCG commandant. Seafarers' pay will increase in the next 2 years. This was agreed in the International Bargaining Forum or IBF between the International Workers' Federation or ITF and the Joint Negotiating Group or JNG, held September 1 to 3. The IBF Framework Agreement between ITF and JNG sets the terms, conditions, and pay for the world's international seafarers working aboard vessels flying the flag of an open register designated as Flag of Convenience by the ITF. The recent IBF concluded with the following deals: an increase on wages and compensations of 3% from January 1, 2022, an increase on wages and compensations of 1.5% from January 1, 2023, and an increase in JNG members' rebate from the ITF Welfare Fund to 20% to contribute to the IBF Seafarers Support Fund. Prior to the negotiations, the social partners expressed frustrations on government's treatment to seafarers during the COVID-19 pandemic, blocked from accessing crew change to go home at the end of contracts, and even barred from many countries' hospitals. ITF Seafarers Section Chair David Heinzel says the crew change crisis pose risks to the seafarers who are sometimes denied emergency medical treatment by port states. By increasing the seafarers' income, their exceptional professionalism, commitment, and sacrifices in delivering the goods critical to the recovery of billions of consumers and businesses are recognized. JNG spokesman Belal Ahmed echoes the union's message that the difficult and stormy waters of this pandemic have brought employers in the maritime industry, the ship owners, and the management agents closer to the crew, and that they endeavor to recognize the seafarers' efforts. President Rodrigo Duterte has appointed Vice Admiral Leopoldo V. LAROYA as the new Commandant of the Philippine Coast Guard, or PCG, following the mandatory retirement of Admiral George Orsabia Jr. on September 8. LAROYA is a member of Maringal Class of 1988 of the Philippine Military Academy, RPMA. A bemedaled public servant, he held major positions such as Commander of the Maritime Safety Services Command, Coast Guard Education, Training and Doctrine Command, and Maritime Security and Law Enforcement Command. LAROYA also served as District Commander of PCG districts in Western Visayas, Northwestern Luzon, Southwestern Mindanao, NCR Central Luzon, and Bicol. Meanwhile, in the change of command and retirement ceremony, the Coast Guard men and women gave the last of their snappy salutes to Admiral Orsabia. Transportation Secretary honored Orsabia's exemplary services. Under Orsabia's leadership, PCG's fleet increased significantly. It capacitated the country's uniformed men in performing their duties to citizens in crisis situations. This apart from the stronger presence of PCG in guarding the interests of the country in its territories, especially the West Philippine Sea. In the past year, the PCG has only grown bigger, with now over 20,000 members in their helm from across the country, a stark contrast from some 7,000 members they had 5 years ago. Next, on Maritime Viewpoints, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Chief Hans Leo Kakdak talks about the quarantine protocols and the agency's benefits and services for our seafarers and OFWs. The month of September is declared as Maritime and Archipelagic Nation Awareness Month, or MANAMO, pursuant to the Proclamation 316 series of 2017, which synchronizes the National Maritime Day, International Coastal Cleanup Day, and Fish Conservation Week. The MANAMO theme for 2021 is Our Seas, Our Livelihood, Our Heritage, Connecting Lives and Nations. Let us celebrate our maritime heritage and marine wealth, as well as raise awareness on the challenges and opportunities. Thank you for watching Marine World Weekend. Stay tuned on Marine World Online for more maritime news and views. See you again next Saturday.